Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Mavri here with episode 7 of Magia Record. So, where we left off last episode, we were on the cusp of solving another rumor, I guess you could say. And I feel like one thing that I forgot to mention last episode, that may or may not be relevant, this I think marks the first time where somebody who is knowledgeable about a rumor is actually in the real world, right? And not in some sort of weird dimension where the rumors can exist. So now we actually have someone who's has a certain level of intelligence, at least that can communicate with normal people, and it's not being confined to just within the world of the rumors. So potentially we can get a lot of information on rumors in this episode. And of course, Felicia's backstory as well. You know, she was definitely getting riled up last episode. Probably has something to do with her family and how she became a magical girl in the first place. And of course, let's not forget we got Kyoko waiting somewhere in the wings. So let's get into the episode right now and see what's up. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Guys, okay, fire in a skyscraper. Is this gonna be Felicia's backstory? Or maybe... Hmm. Mm, yeah, I think so. Hi, Cube. You're not small, Cube, so you're not as cute. There. That is literally her wish? Huh. Cube must be thinking to themselves, got her! They don't need to grant any wishes, and yet they can get somebody to, you know, continue to do this sort of stuff. That's what she would have needed to do anyways, so that's like a wasted wish. Although, you know, you would think that with having that kind of wish, she would be, shouldn't gain, like, ultra OP witch fighting capabilities. Alright, so 4 now? No, still only 3. Maybe next episode we'll have 4. Oh, only her? Okay. Seems the others haven't come along. Hmm. Magius. Magius. I saw a comment telling me that this is a very important name. Free Magius. Kanojodachi. So those Magius are also girls. Protect the rumors. Huh. Hey, it's Kyoko. Or is she actually the one behind this? Hmm. I mean, did you had any in the first place? You barely even know her. Ah, it's the smoky bay. Okay, this one's cute. I do kind of find it kind of funny, considering these two are quite similar in a way. Okay, well that isn't ominous at all. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. Cute.
解放のためにございます。噂の被害に遭ってる人だっているんだよ。別にみんなのためだなんてうちら一言も言ってないし。いずれにしても私たちにこの先へ進んでほしくないからあなたたちが出てきたんでしょ。その通りではございますが、お会いできた記念に一つ、うちらの奏でる今宵の共演用意しといてくださいませ。
Okay. What is this? Huh.
なんだよこれマジでイカれてんな。どういうことだ。なんでお前らが魔女。ご心配には及びません。魔力で操られております。さあ行くよ。
Huh. That is really insane. That they can actually control witches.
やっていることが分かってるの。ごめんね。でもうちらの計画が達成されれば全ての魔女が消え去るのは本当
I wonder if these Magias know about what the true identity of the witches are.
そちらの脆弱そうな子はよろしくお願いいたします。へーい。フェリシアちゃん。
Combo! Whoosha!
何事でございます。これは全部の魔女倒さねえといけねえんだ。父ちゃんと母ちゃんを殺した魔女はこいつかもしれないんだ。だから魔女は潰す。全部潰す。邪魔な噂も不幸も全部ぶっ壊す。悪いんだけどさ、私も抜けさせてもらおうかな。ちょっとあなたまで何言い出すの。あんたらの言ってることってぼんやりしてて信用できないんだよね。
Ooh, it has been a while. Hello, Kyoko!
噂ってやつが目当てなんでしょ。先に行きなよ。でもあんたもあの水を飲んでるんだったら余裕なんてないんじゃないの。玉木さん行きなさい。はい。行け。ありがとうございます。
Wait, only her? I gotta say, her teammates are putting up a lot of faith onto her. Oh, 6.
あれが噂の中心。あれを壊せばいいの。
キュー
ああ、もうそんなんじゃ勝てないって。ごちゃごちゃうるせえ。魔女を一匹残らずぶっ潰す。
Oh, she's getting corrupted.
何のための魔法少女だって話。そんなのわかんねえよ。死んじゃった誰かのためとかぶっ殺したいやつのこととかじゃなくてさ、自分のための魔法少女だろ。命かけてる時ぐらい自分のためでいいんだよ。
Boom. Oh, are they going to use this sort of... I guess... I don't even know what to call it. Though it does have a very different kind of feeling to it. Like, it's actually being controlled. Unlike in Iroha's case. Oh, 4. 3. I guess her luck is keeping her alive right now? Like being possessed by a witch, I guess? Oop. That is certainly creepy. Ooh. You know what this also reminds me of? Iroha's transformation. It also reminds me a little bit of Undertale. Chara and Frisk. Huh. And it's still completely pure. Tactical retreat! Oh. So this is one of the 3, I guess. Oh! It's... Yeah, she didn't actually meet her last time. Oh, she's a wing. Alright. Me. Hmm. Mass teleport. Okay, so they're all going to... Oh, I thought they were all going to crash at Yachio's. 'She like a stray cat you found? You know? Sure. Yep. They're all gonna crash at Yachio's. And I guess from Yachio's perspective, it's like a new group of friends who are all staying at the sort of boarding house. Was that Zero like the last of the Huh, I'll have to watch that again. But anyways, see you guys after this. Actually, there's a little bit more after the ending, so let's watch this together in 3, 2, 1, play. Okay. Exactly this place. What? When did she... I completely forgot about why. Okay. When did she say she was looking for a boarding house? What? Anyways, see you guys after this. Alrighty, so as I was hoping for at the beginning of this episode, we do indeed know a little bit more about who is actually behind these rumors and what it actually constitutes, right? So this Magius group, or whatever they're called. Let's quickly take a quick stock of the situation. So we know that they can control witches. And these witches actually do listen to them. In a way, like they don't go around attacking non-discriminately. So they've managed to find some way to bring them under control, right? And then we also see that they can actually meld the witch powers and use it on their own with full consciousness. Not quite the same way as Iroha. As far as I can tell right now, once she transformed into that kind of status, she loses her consciousness, so she doesn't really remember what she did, and so on and so forth. That is definitely not the case that we saw here with Amane, I think. The wings, let's say. So that is indeed quite intriguing. And I'm just thinking, like, how exactly are they doing this? I wonder if it has something to do with the root of the people who are behind this, they actually know the truth about the entire situation, that witches are just magical girls, and because they use the same kind of power source, a similar power source, that is why they are able to control them, right? And I'm just thinking, like, how does this work within the greater context of the Madoka Magica universe? Um, especially when you have this entire concept of, so again, a quick refresher. Originally, these magical girls existed because the Q-base needed wielders of magical power in order to reverse entropy, right? Would that still happen here? I don't see any reason why not. We can still see that they're still going around and using magic power. Now, the question here is, we know that witches are also, even though they were transformed from magical girls, they are also sort of the accumulation of negative emotions, right? The stronger your emotions, the easier you, and particularly the more negative your emotions, the more easier you will become corrupted, become tainted, and turn into a witch here. And how exactly is this process reversed? Because I think one key point to note here is also they are actually able to cleanse the soul gem and stop them from completely turning into a witch, right? So how exactly does that work? Is it a case where they can extract the negative parts of the soul gem, such as using a grief seed on it, and instead just manifesting the grief seed, and then once the grief seed, the witch from this grief seed manifest, it would in a sort of way release all the negative emotions that it was using, and so that's how they can continue to use it. I don't know, I feel like that's kind of getting a little bit complicated here. But yeah, that is indeed a very interesting premise. I'm also wondering about their entire selling point about actually being able to save magical girls, because once again, how exactly is that going to work? Are they trying to reverse the contract from Cube? Or is it a case where they will try to end it, but the way that the end is a lot more ominous than we think? Maybe it means just completely eradicating all magical girls and witches at the same time, completely reset everything, right? That's also a possibility, I guess. But even if they did do that, once Cube comes onto the scene, they're aliens, right? So they could easily just restart the whole process again. So, I don't know, definitely something interesting to keep note of. Although, I'm not quite sure if we're actually going to get to the end of this by the end of this series, by the end of this season, considering that it is a game and might be still ongoing, right? Now, beyond that, I'd like to talk a little bit about the entire feel of the series as well, because you guys, for those of you who have watched so far, you probably know that for me, I keep on saying the same thing. This really doesn't feel like a work within the Madoka Magica franchise, and particularly in this episode, I feel like that that kind of feeling is even stronger, right? And I think one of the reason is because the dangers of witchification, of turning into a witch, has been reduced, right? It's negligible here, and you could even say it's zero here. Even though we saw Kanai turn into also Witchify a few episodes ago, I think since they are in the city right now, all the witchification process gets to be reversed, right? And so once you negate this sort of corruption factor from the story, suddenly the story loses a lot of its ominous feel. It's not all doom and gloom and despair and whatnot. And indeed, we can even see in the very ending there, right? The entire situation with Felicia, first from actually managing to pull her out of her funk, and also at the very end there with everybody, hey, suddenly living together and having a grand old time, right? That is so different from the original series. Like, if it was more similar to the original series, Felicia probably would not have been able to accept what Iroha and the others were saying, and we definitely wouldn't have that, flowers and sunshine kind of scene at the very end of this episode. So, I don't know. It's definitely very different, right? Even though it's set in the same universe, really, it does not give me that feeling at all. And also, speaking of the end of this episode, it almost kind of gives me this vibe that we're just done with the prologue. You know what I mean? So, now that there's 4 girls here, and then they're just starting their new life together at the boarding house, and then playing around or whatnot, it almost seems like we're done with the prologue, and now the story is starting to begin. Which I guess, in a way, you could also argue that point, considering this is more or less at the halfway point of the series, right? I believe this is a 13-episode season. Yeah, this is a 13-episode season. So, well, let's see, right? We still got a lot of ground to cover. We still got the Shield Girl, who is also going to join, and we also really don't have any idea what any of them wished for, truly. And then, of course, we got the entire situation of Iroha's sister. You know, to this point, I'm getting more and more suspicious on whether or not her sister actually exists in the first place. You know, considering that they're so secretive about her entire wish and whatnot, I don't know. I kind of feel like there might be another twist coming down the line in regards to this main storyline. And of course, all the other girls want to know their wishes as well. I don't think Felicia's wish was actually that she wanted to fight witches. That would be kind of a complete waste if you ask me. But what exactly is it? Don't really know. And so yeah, I expect that's also something that we'll get to by the end of this season. So, there we go. That's my review for Magia Record Episode 7, and I will see you guys next week. Although, on that note, since I will be on vacation, next week I will be in Japan snowboarding, so next week's episode will be a bit delayed by a day or two. But once I get back, be assured I will get them out as soon as possible. So, hope to see you guys in the not too distant future, and have a great day. See you guys next time.